How to destroy gym anxiety. So I'm Robert and I've been a personal trainer and fitness coach now for the last 8 years. When I first started my fitness journey, I was full of anxiety from being bullied at school. I was a small kid who was bullied about being weak and I was always picked last to do the sports. So I wasn't your stereotypical coach who does this just because they was into fitness in the first place. And the main thing I struggled with, which stopped me for years going to the gym, was anxiety to get in there. I just felt like I didn't belong. My friends started going to the gym at around 16, 17. I would never go with them. No way was I turning up. They was all stronger than me. They was all bigger than me. And I just couldn't face getting in there and getting it done. So what I'm going to teach you in this video is exactly how I got over gym anxiety and how I help my clients destroy it as well. I help people get in the gym, destroy gym anxiety, have a life-changing transformation and get into the best shape of their lives. So the first step of this is understanding anxiety. Anxiety is just a fear of the future. So for gym anxiety specifically, it's the fear of the worst case scenario. When you're there, anxiety isn't really a thing once you're doing the thing because that future is now present. So the anxiety goes when you're there. So understanding it. So I always say to people, with anxiety, the worst thing you can do is plan to do something and then let anxiety win. Because all that's happening is you're reaffirming that natural behaviour to be something which should be there. So all anxiety is a natural behaviour we have to stop us from getting hurt and from threats, right? We think of the worst case scenario. If we go to the gym, people might look at us, people might laugh at us, we don't know what we're doing. We may even die, right? We might die. That's the biggest fear. Most of it's not true. So what's the steps that I have with clients? So number one is not missing a day and understanding how gym anxiety works. What I mean by that is the way I explain this to clients is think about a phone battery. So your anxiety is 100% the first time that you go, right? And you go to the gym, you get your workout done, you leave the gym, you realise you didn't die, no one walked up to you and punched you in the face, nobody walked up and laughed in your face because you didn't know what you're doing, so you start to lower that percentage after that first time going. You might drop that bar down to 90 or 95%. You then go the next day or whenever you next have your planned gym session and you drop that bar down again and you keep doing that and that bar keeps getting lower. The problem is when one day you wake up and you feel a little bit more anxious than normal. So you decide that even though you'd planned to go to the gym that day, you no longer go. What happens is if that's early on within your journey, that percentage bar jumps all the way back up to 100 and then starting again feels like a massive, massive deal because you reassured in your brain that by not going that day, you prevented yourself from whatever you felt that anxiety would cause, right? That could be everything I've mentioned before. So what you need to do is have a period of time where you just go. Every session you have planned in, you just go and get it done, right? And it's way easier said than done. And once you get that bar down to close to 0%, you can then miss the odd day and it doesn't actually affect it. I always think that this is around a 4 to 6 week mark. If you can plan to go to the gym 3 times a week, 2 times a week, 4 times a week, 5 times a week, and you don't miss the days that you had planned in due to anxiety, then it starts to get to the point where you can miss the odd day and it doesn't actually cause the problem of jumping that percentage all the way back up. So then how do we make it easier when you get there? Because that's the scary thing. To get there's the hard bit. So what I always say to clients is the big thing that they fear is let's eradicate that. So the big thing that they fear is not knowing what to do. So number one, it's have a plan, right? Know exactly what you're going to do when you go into the gym. So I give my clients a plan. If they're super anxious, what I tend to do is just give them 4 exercises within their plan. I don't give them 5, 6, and 7 because they have less to think about. They have less time in the gym and they don't have to worry about it. So once they have a plan, the then worst thing that people do is they go into the gym, they have their plan set, they go to that first exercise, they find it, they rush about, they find what they need to be on, the piece of equipment they need to be on. And then rather than doing the exercise well, they're too busy worrying about the next exercise. Where do I need to be? They're looking around the gym, they're not actually doing the exercise properly. And they're looking around, is there somebody else near the next bit of equipment? Where do I need to go? So I introduce something called the gym lap. And I tell them, just walk in like a normal person. You just go there like everybody else. Look at the program before you walk in, figure out what piece of equipment you're going to need, and do a lap of the gym first. What you're then going to do is point out in your head the route that you're going to take to complete that workout. So you know that, for example, if you go in and you've got a chest fly to do, you know where that chest fly machine is. Then say you have a cable tricep extension to do next, you know where it is. So you have in your head exactly the map that you're going to take and the route you're going to take around the gym, and it starts to lower anxiety straight away. If you then go to that next piece of equipment that you know you need to be on and somebody's there, go to the next one and go back to it. Don't have to interact with people, and as you start to build confidence with going to the gym more, you'll get more comfortable having them interactions with people, asking people how many sets they have, and then you can start adding more exercises in as well once that anxiety comes down. So they're the 3 steps that I give people straight away. 1, have a plan. 2, do the gym lap. And 3, don't miss any sessions that you need to do that you have planned in due to anxiety. If you miss it for something else, it's fine. If an emergency happens, it's fine. Usually that doesn't affect you as much. But every time you give in to that anxiety response before you go, it sets you back. And that will take 4 to 6 weeks of consistently going there, not missing a session that you have planned, to absolutely destroy it. And once you do that, your life will change forever. So what I'm going to do to help you is I've created a 4-day-a-week plan, which you're going to have access to in the description. Go in, download it. You have the plan there in front of you. You know what you need to do when you go to the gym. Go in, do the gym lap, set yourself a target of 4 weeks, what days you're going to do them workouts, and don't miss any of them due to anxiety, and your life will be changed forever. You'll feel way more comfortable in the gym. I've now had clients who were scared to step in the gym. I've coached them online, and they now travel all over the world because they love traveling, and they go to gyms all over the world, which is the next big step, and it doesn't bother them. This is where you're going to get just following 3 really simple steps. If you want to know more and you want to learn more from me, follow my Instagram, which is robbie.bins_transformations. I'll also put that in the description as well. And if you want to come and be coached by me one-to-one, that's exactly where you need to reach out. Drop me a message and I can get the process started. But please, if you've watched this video all the way through, download the program and just go and implement the 3 steps that I've given you, and it will change your life forever.